Here are today's readings for May 9th. This is Daily Reflections. Walking through fear. If we still cling to something we will not let go, we ask God to help us be willing. It's from the Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 76. It is the blue book, the big book, the basic text. When I had taken my fifth step, I became aware that all my defects of character stemmed from my need to feel secure and loved. To use my will alone to work on them would have been trying obsessively to solve the problem. In the sixth step, I intensified the action I had taken in the first three steps, meditating on the step by saying it over and over, going to meetings, following my sponsor's suggestions, reading and searching within myself. During the first 3 years of sobriety, I had a fear of entering an elevator alone. One day I decided I must walk through this fear. I asked for God's help, entered the elevator, and there in the corner was a lady crying. She said that since her husband had died, she had been deathly afraid of elevators. I forgot my fear and comforted her. This spiritual experience helped me to see how willingness was the key to working the rest of the 12 steps to recovery. God helps those who help themselves. God helps those who help themselves. It is astounding to read this as someone who is terrified of elevators and finds that I'm often alone in that fear. And in the story there are two other people who are also terrified of elevators. I'm currently on my fourth step again. Once that's done, I will take the aforementioned fifth step with my sponsor. To use my will alone to work on them would have been trying obsessively to solve the problem. That is extremely relatable to me. I don't know about you. I try to solve things on my own and do it obsessively and can't. Because I can't do it without help. Whether it's another person or, well, really, without another person, I find that it's hard to understand what my higher power might want for me or have planned for me. And I do have a higher power of my own understanding, and it is time. I believe that time heals all wounds. I believe that time will tell. But time alone can't guide my actions, which is why I do these readings and pair them with Julia Cameron's Artist Way morning pages. It's where you write 3 pages every morning to get the gobbledygook out of your brain in order to reawaken your creative spirit. So the morning pages is much more about, I would say much less about sobriety and recovery and temperance or whatever you call it, and more about creating again on your recovery journey, because you don't have to be bored, you don't have to be boring just because you don't drink, just because you don't do drugs. It's actually incredible what the brain can do when you give it time to speak, really. continue to do the morning pages. I'm on month 3 because I've already made 3 songs I'm really proud of. These are like pouring out, and I know that I cannot be of service to others without being sober, and I can't stay sober if I can't express myself. If I wanted to go back to how I lived before, I would be alone, creatively blocked, miserable, late to work, if I had a job at all. So I wake up and I do the morning pages. I recently started doing these readings because my thoughts alone are not helping. May 9th AA thought for the day. This is the 24-hour day book. It is a lot God heavier on the whole. It's a lot more God than practical. This one is quite practical. Things you can apply right away. If you're early on your spiritual journey, this book can be a little intimidating and at times annoying, but they're a good pair. There have been many times where I have decided to stop reading this one because it made me mad. Yeah, like I have notes in here that are like, I don't like this, but you take what you need, and maybe what you need one day is the opposite of what you'll need in 10 years. So you never know. We alcoholics used so little self-control when we were drinking. We were so absolutely selfish that it does us good to give up something once in a while. Okay. Using self-discipline and denying ourselves a few things is good for us. It's giving Catholic. At first, giving up liquor is a big enough job for all of us, even with God's help. So true. But later on, we can practice self-discipline in other ways to keep a firm grip on our minds so we don't start any wishful thinking. If we daydream too much, we'll be in danger of slipping. Am I practicing enough self-discipline? I don't think on the whole wishful thinking is negative for me, but I could see how living in the future could be, or living too much in the past, or desiring more than what my higher power might have in store for me, and not finding ways to be of use to other people. Self-discipline, though, definitely I've found has been important. Waking up, doing my morning pages, doing these readings, going to meetings. That kind of stuff seemed extremely boring until it started working. It's still boring sometimes, but at least it's working. Here's the meditation for today. In material things, you must rely on your own wisdom and that of others. In spiritual things, you cannot rely so much on your own wisdom as on God's guidance. In dealing with personalities, it is a mistake to step out too much on your own. You must try to be guided by God in all human relationships. You cannot accomplish much of value in dealing with people until God knows you are ready. You alone do not have the power or wisdom to put things right between people. You must rely on God to help in these vital matters. You must try to be guided by God in all human relationships. It seems true. And then they also give you a prayer for the day. I pray that I may rely on God in dealing with people's problems. I pray that I may try to find His guidance in all personal relationships. I do pray for that. One of the main difficulties I've faced in sobriety has been just dealing with people. Sober or not, people are tricky. And even when you're doing your best, sometimes other people aren't, or they are, and their best is still hard. And what I've found is that even when that happens, I still have to stay sober. Even when someone else's best, it's ruining my life, literally. I can't give up. And I decided to start this channel because I'm looking for ways to give back that feel good to me. And I love ASMR. And AA has helped save my life. 12-step has helped save my life. And I want to pass on the resources that have been so freely given. And so freely give them away. So, if you like this, if you want more of this, like and subscribe, I guess. Leave comments about what might be helpful for you, and don't forget you're not alone. You're not alone. It is one day at a time. It'll be in the disclaimer as well, but I'm no professional of any kind. I'm just a person who can't drink, can't do drugs, at least not normally. And when I do, it's my life very hard. So I have to work every day. These little things, just little things, little tweaks, little by little, one day at a time, to get to a place where hey, maybe I'm not obsessing about alcohol anymore. Maybe it doesn't tempt me. I can go to parties. I don't care. There it is. I don't care. I have bigger things to worry about. I have much bigger fish to fry. One day at a time.